passive weight loss. It sounds gimmicky. It's the opposite of that. What's the issue nowadays? We have so many diets, so many people saying how to lose weight, how to this, how to that. You hear a lot of different advice, and most of the advice is use this app to track your calories. Use these meal plans. I'll give you meal plans every week, which that used to be my business, right? Eat these specific foods at this time, cooked this way. It's like checklist energy, right? It's like if you just follow these things, you'll be able to lose the weight. Okay. If that were true, if it was just a meal plan that we just around the corner is going to be that perfect meal plan. If it was a set of foods that did it, like millions, so many people say, my clients, when they come to me, they say, I just need to get better at prepping, or I need to get better at grocery shopping, or I just need to learn more about such and such XYZ topic. If it was that, once people got good at prepping, or cooking, or knowing how to make that food taste good or whatever, we would just, the problem would be gone. But we know this isn't the case. We know that it's not just another meal plan that we're missing, because if it was meal plans, there's millions of meal plans out there. We would all have this problem done. And it's also not, you're going to hear so many asinine comments from people that are like, well, it's just calories in, calories out. Okay, if it was just calories in, calories out, we would all be at our goal weight, right? It'd be like, sorry, I didn't think about that. Maybe I should just eat less. No, that's not the problem. The problem is that we're trying to solve this thing with this active things like, use the meal plans, change your whole life around, stop going to these parties and have internal struggle because you can't see your friends, right? It's like you got to change a bunch of stuff about you and do it in unnatural ways that feel not sustainable. Like, always put your meals into this app when we're all trying to get off our phones anyways, and now you're telling me that I have to, every time I eat, I have to put these numbers into a phone. This is not something I'm going to do forever. Or you're telling me that I have to follow this exact meal plan, which there's some times in my life where I don't have time to focus on a meal plan. So you're telling me that my life is the problem? No, friend, it's the meal plan that's the problem, right? It's the fact that people are telling us that weight loss comes from those active things. So what actually matters is that we're thinking there's something wrong with us, and so we quit because we're in this space of, oh, well, there's something wrong with me. It's not going to work for me. She's just way more disciplined than I am. I'll never be able to get that disciplined. This is hopeless, right? The problem is that we're actually trying to do this just in the wrong way. We're going about this in the wrong way. What is the way? It's by finding how to do this in a passive way. Active doesn't work because it makes you do things that are out of the ordinary for you. And then when life falls apart, all that out of the ordinary stuff goes out the window. And people just say, oh, we'll just build these habits. Just build the habit of using this particular meal plan, or just build the habit of using this app or whatever. But the point is that those active types of attempting to lose weight are actually the problem. It's not you, it's not your discipline, it's not your willpower, nothing like that. It's that the method we're trying to use, it just doesn't work. If it worked, it would be working. And people always say, oh, well, if you can just follow the diet, then you'd lose the weight. That's the whole problem there. These things aren't set up to be long-term solutions. They're just not long-term solutions. That's not how people's brains and systems work. So when the people say, oh, just calories in, calories out, they're completely flattening the issue for people like me, millions and millions of people who have real multifaceted, multidimensional lives. So we're saying, oh, well, you just have to be more disciplined. That's such a flattened view of what's actually happening. And so it discourages us. So what actually matters is that we have to find a way of weight loss that already fits into our life. It already fits in. And I'm not saying like, oh, well, you need to be able to do it while having McDonald's. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying, just free for all, right? What I'm saying is that the way that we do it has to become passive, like in an ease sort of way. So if we were able to actually find something that fit into our life, it would then not feel hard to do. We would never need to white knuckle. We wouldn't need to white knuckle during the holidays, at birthday parties, graduation parties, whatever. We wouldn't need any white knuckling because it would just fit. And so we have to actually design the plan around our life. Like they say, in the world of like environmental design, like if you're finding yourself always putting your keys down on a table right there, but your key holder is on the wall over here, that's not matching. The solution isn't to like get more disciplined about putting your keys on the wall. It's to put the key holder where you usually put your keys. Okay? Because most of us, almost all of us, are not going to completely rearrange our lives in order to make something work. It's not like, but because one of the reasons, for instance, that's a challenge for me is like 3 young kids who have to eat very high calorie meals, opposite of what I need, and they have to do it every day. And I have to prepare the food, and my husband isn't home during the week, so it's all on me. So that's one of my struggles. Now, the point isn't to say, oh, well, get rid of the kids, hire someone to make the meals for you, save your money and get a chef. Those are not the solutions. The solution has to be easy and sustainable. And so what I found in my journey, because I was having a lot of struggle with those moments from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. where I'm feeding snacks and I'm making dinner and I'm feeding dinner, and it's all this food that I really love that's, very high calorie stuff that's really easy to just pop in your mouth. Even if it's an apple, it doesn't matter. If I don't need it at that time, I don't want to be eating it. And so instead of working on that, which by the way, I did work on that 5 p.m. time a lot, trying to fix that time. And what ended up being the solution was actually to create more support in the earlier part of the day so that in the evening I wasn't even hungry anymore. That was my solution. And that's the one that works rain or shine. Rain or shine. When I'm stressed, when I'm not stressed. The scaffolding that we're using has to be like not these fair weather diets that fall apart when something goes wrong. It has to be scaffolding that's just easy. So that's what I mean by passive weight loss, is that there's zero white knuckling. Not even like, oh, just get good at white knuckling this part. No, like 0% white knuckling. That's what's actually going to be sustainable for us, okay? And why does it work? Because it stands up to the tests that our life is always going to have. Like, you can't say, oh, well, start putting stuff into this app, grocery shop this way, cook this way. You have to put all these things in here in order for this to work. It will fall apart at the first sign of trouble or stress or whatever. The system will fall apart because it's not about surviving real life. In real life, that's not the part to fix. The part to fix is where are we putting our key holder, right? Like, let's put it in the place that goes with our life. So it works because this passive method works because it works no matter what's happening. If our loved one is in the hospital, if we're on vacation, if all heck broke loose at work and we needed to put in some overtime, it needs to fit all that so that it feels like ease, right? Instead of active, push, whatever. It feels like ease. So the things that we put into place have to be about environmental design. They have to fit. It's not about like, just make a new habit, just repeat something. No, it's about creating and working on making habits that actually fit already. Okay, so that's why it works. And it works forever, and it feels sustainable, it feels good, and there's no stress involved in it. And when those things are in place, so when it doesn't feel stressful, when we actually like the food we're eating, when we've learned how to stop overeating, how to stop and maybe stop binging like I did, when we've learned how to be able to create maintenance whenever required, but also weight loss whenever required in a very easy way that feels sustainable forever. When we've learned all these things, weight loss becomes passive. It becomes a part of our system. It becomes part of what we do. And it becomes like a side effect of this, right? So instead of the white knuckling actually creates the push, the stress, the energy creates, like what you put into it creates weight loss. No. What you take away creates weight loss. What you take away creates the side effect. Oops, lost weight again this week. And you don't even have to like wonder if you're going to be able to keep it off because the way you did it was so sustainable. Does that make sense? Okay, so that is what I mean when I say passive weight loss. What are some examples of that? We work on this in Restore, which is my coaching membership. So I'd love if you want to, sort of check that out, if some information on the website about it. But we work on what are the 3 most important things that we can do to create passive weight loss as quickly as possible. Number 1 is to go with the flow of how we're eating this moment. And so we work on how to create a realistic meal plan in a way, but realistic so that it's easy to follow. And after we've done that and we become comfortable with that, then what's cool is automatically the brain starts wanting to shift it towards healthier and healthier, less calories, more fiber, whatever. The brain does that part automatically as we're working with how to create a realistic protocol. It will start to shift itself. And we know that it's not these big, huge overhauls that we sustain for 20 years. It's shifts that feel doable, that fit into our life, right? So first we work with how we're eating. That alone can create the shifts needed in order to start that weight loss. What we're doing here is we're looking at my framework. It's called MEL, M-E-L, which is this idea of more, enough, less. So an idea that the first thing that we work on is stopping the more eating, stopping the too much, the binging, the overeating, the getting stuffed thing. We work on that first. And that's what we do with the realistic planning stuff. The second thing that we work on is actually our internal signals, just getting back in touch with the stuff that we had when we were toddlers. Like, how much do I eat without having to put it into an app, without like an active kind of, let's write this down and journal and do all these things, like none of that stuff, right? We need to be able to do this in our heads using the machinery that our body came with, which is hunger and satiety, and it already knows exactly what it needs to do. So I teach you how to get in touch with that so that we don't have to write anything down anymore like this. It's like, oh, this has 200 calories, this has 100 calories, I can have this much of this, and we use a food scale, whatever. No, all that's active stuff. We want something that's going to fit no matter what is happening in our life, okay? So, we work on that, and there's a scientific term for this, which is called interoception, which is like internal perception. Like maybe you've ever heard of the term proprioception, which is about being receptive of your environment and where things are and where your body is, and sensing like I I can't punch really hard because there's a wall there, right? Like we know where we are in space. We can feel our body. That's proprioception. Interoception is internal signals. So what are the internal signals within our body that exist already? So for instance, we all are familiar with the I'm thirsty one, right? So I'm super thirsty. I got to have something to drink. We're going to go get something to drink because thirst is we only have a day to go without water, or 2-3 days to go without water. So that's a very urgent one. Similar to, we know what thirst feels like. That's an internal thing that we perceive. We have the same thing with hunger and fullness, and exactly how to get the body to be able to lose weight and get to that place of safety and rhythm so that it feels happy to get rid of weight and be like, yeah, we don't need all this fat. We're going to remove some of this. We have to learn this interoception technique. So this is the second part of what we do. Now, both of those parts can create all the weight loss we need, just doing those two things. But then the next thing that we work on is my set of like less tools. So we say like MELL is E is for enough, like how do we know how to be in maintenance and stay there? And then how do we just shift it a little bit so that we can create a little bit faster weight loss if we want to? And those are the less tools. How do we create, for instance, a technique that I teach, which is called gentle nighttime hunger, not intermittent fasting or any this sort of like active whatever. It's hunger that comes as a result of what we already did earlier in the day. So it's ease, it's passive, right? So that's how passive weight loss works. It's a new way of thinking of how our bodies work and how our bodies release weight, how our bodies lose fat. It's a new way of thinking of how to tame this beast. And I would love to hear what you thought about this, or if you want to send me an email and talk to me a little bit about this, we can talk to. My email address is sherry@setpointscience.com, and I'd be so happy to be able to chat with you if you want to know more. Otherwise, subscribe to the podcast. I'm talking about this stuff every week, including my own weight loss journey and how I was stuck for so long and how the weight is moving now and why and what am I doing and how does this relate to passive weight loss. So if you want to learn more about this and this seems intriguing, stick around and we'll get into it more soon. See ya.